Hello everybody, welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I also publish on Rumble and I'm Patreon, Twitter and all that good stuff. So let's get started. Seems that AMD, the 7000X3D CPUs now are 10% cheaper, at least I think it's, the 7800X3D, which is at the moment the, at least for me, the best gaming CPU that money can buy at the moment. Gives basically the same performance that the 3900K or KS or whatever you want to call it. I always forget Intel code names and all that stuff, but it is basically on par with that CPU from Intel and delivers in terms of consumption like half the power draw. It has half the power draw and has basically the same performance in gaming. If you want some productivity, the 7950X, not the 3D version, I think it's the best one in terms of productivity, what for money can buy. If you want some more, the second best for gaming, I think it's the 7700X version of the newer 7000 series, and of course entry level you got the 7600, which is way cheaper. It's almost half the price of the 7800X3D. I think it's around 200 or something. No, we don't have here on the table, but yeah, usually I think it's around 220, something like that. So it's a pretty decent CPU all over the place for everything, gaming to productivity, for the price that it has. So, but yeah, the main takeaway from this one, it's 406. This is, I think, Newegg. Yeah, Newegg. So 10% off, which also it's always a good thing to see that they already gluing a little bit on the high-end CPUs. And regarding high-end CPUs, we have some kind of info between kind of rumors to certain kind of confirmation. There was like a meeting of some sort, like Meet the Web expert webcast, and we got basically like I think it's kind of, you can consider like a refresh on the 7000 series this year. Because the CPUs have the Navi 2, which is like RDNA 2, like APU kind of thing, so you just plug and play, you don't need like a GPU to get signal, at least on the desktop part. But supposedly, I don't know if, I assume this is like kind of refresh for desktop, maybe like end of the year, I don't know. It seems a little bit too much, but I think they might referencing the APUs for laptops, which really has like the Zen 4 architecture plus the RDNA free, especially this one. Where is it? I saw this. Yeah, it should be around here on the article. I never highlighted the things that I want to highlight on the articles. I just try to memorize everything, but yeah. And supposedly next year, I assume, I don't think there's the need to, like, just next year, in the beginning of the year, to try to launch the Zen 5 things, or else it's going to be like a short cycle, like a cell phone cycle. It doesn't make a lot of sense here. With Zen 5 and Navi 4.5, so RDNA 3.5, I'm not sure what kind of specs it will have, like RDNA 3.5. I don't know if they are going to have. For example, if this is going to be applicable to the GPU stuff, which at the moment we still need like the mid-range to be launched, and maybe they do a refresh like they did with the 6000 series, which they had like the 6600 XTs, then they made like a refresh with the 6650s, even with the 7900 we got afterwards the 7950. I don't know how it's going to work, but at least they are on the roadmap on maintaining on the AM5 platform at least until 2026, which is good to keep the support, because a lot of people bought a lot of expensive motherboards when they came out from AM5, especially the E or the extreme versions of the GPUs, and at least it will continue to support all the CPUs that are coming at least until 2026, which is good. And continuing with AMD, a lot of stuff from them. Similarly, the RX 6800, 16 gigabytes, and the XT version also, they dropped the price. So the 6800, it's below $400, which is way better than the freaking 4060 Ti, which is basically the only GPU that was kind of around this kind of price point, and the XT version, which is a little bit better than the 6800 for around $500. We got here, this is not from here, but we are starting to see some drop in prices. We got here, I'm not sure which kind of site this is. Let me pull the image. I think this is Newegg. I'm not sure. I never know, kind of, because it's not my thing. I don't buy from them. But yeah, $540 the XT variant, which is pretty decent value at the moment, for at least how the market is at the moment. This GPU should be a little bit more cheaper. I don't know, $75 less at least. Even though this is a very good 4K GPU, for this price it's almost as good or better than the 4070. Yeah, but it's the 7800, the non-XT version. If you ever kind of around $400 to spend, it's way preferable than the 4060 Ti. For obvious reasons. One of them, it's VRAM, and of course it's faster, especially in 1440p, and I think it can handle like entry-level 4K pretty decently. The only thing that doesn't have it's the thing that is proprietary from NVIDIA, which is like the DLS fake frame rate stuff. And AV1 encoding, if you're streaming and everything, it's the only thing that it doesn't have, but it's way better in terms of performance, in terms of rasterization, and I think at this level they even can kind of deal a little bit with ray tracing, not that much, but I think he can manage a little bit. But at this level, mid-level, I don't think ray tracing it doesn't compensate. I think it only compensates in very high-end, like 4090s, at that level. I think ray tracing is still way too demanding for the GPUs that we have, and one of the faults here is the lack of memory bandwidth and memory capacity of this new, especially on NVIDIA, the memory bus and the memory capacity of those GPUs. But yeah, in terms of hardware, this is what I have. There is a lot of stuff from Computex still, like cases and everything. We got a lot of stuff. It's one of the things I would like to do with my when I upgrade my system, to go more on those deep dives, so I can edit out stuff and not going out of memory, because I sometimes do some annotations, but it's easier if I manage to do some video edited out with everything that I want to say regarding some more specific stuff. But yeah, let's in terms of hardware, this is what I got for today. Again, I will continue to recommend Fextralife. They are doing a lot of stuff regarding Diablo 4. If you like this game, it's not a game for me, but I do appreciate the work they go through, doing all these builds, and then they do videos, especially what kind of build specifically is the best between each class. They do always the recaps on I think in Sunday they always usually do like recaps on the week in RPGs. I really do recommend, if you like at the moment Diablo 4, and of course they have huge amount of wikis here, as you can see, and a lot of guides if you have any difficulties on usually RPG games. But yeah, continuing, we got some kind of teasers from some Xbox guys. I think it's like the VP from the VP of marketing, Aaron Greenberg, said we'll wet your pants, yeah, whatever, regarding Xbox showcase. This is going to in around 6 days, so June 11th, around 10 AM Pacific time. I don't know in my time zone what it is, but I think it's during the afternoon. If this is, yeah, it should be around afternoon, almost night, because this is the Pacific time, so it's like Los Angeles time. I'm in the Middle East zone, so that's why it's going to be late, almost late night for me. Supposedly they are going to try to avoid on the first party games, which is like the main studio from Xbox, trying to avoid CGI stuff. It's more about in-game engine, gameplay if possible, from what I can understand. Supposedly they are going to try to do some in-game, in-engine and in-games with cinematics depending on the game, but they are going to try to avoid CGI trailers, at least on the first party stuff. So yeah. The showcase supposedly going to last around 2 hours, and the last half hour is going to be dedicated to Starfield, which is like right after the Xbox showcase. I really hope that they're putting out some good stuff. From what I understood, they really need to put some first-party games there that they are well worth it. People are, from what I understood, at least from Xbox console stuff, which usually it's the exclusivity war between the consoles and stuff. They really are getting fed up with the fact of at least the first party games they are not, which is basically the exclusive stuff, which to a certain degree brings people on that platform that they don't have a lot of. One of them, it's the Redfall, which is horrible. It was a mess. I think Yongye did some articles covering the guy from Bloomberg, Jason Schreier, I think. It was a mess. People were waiting that after the acquisition that Microsoft canceled the game, so it was really bad. That's why the game is all over the place and it's not good in any field. So they try to do everything at the same time, and yeah, lack of direction, all that stuff. We got some other stuff. Cyberpunk sequel supposedly starts being R&D, so research and development for that game next year. At least from the earnings calls and everything, I think they are going to start like ramping up stuff. So pre-production, R&D is basically pre-production on the game next year. So give it 4 years, give or take, because this is going to be an Unreal Engine 5 game, so they've been doing... Cyberpunk was still on the CD Red Engine, so yeah, they have to do... now all of the projects going to be Unreal Engine 5. I don't know how they are going to try accelerate this. Supposedly Real Engine 5, if you had like a game already made on that, and if you want, for example, a sequel or something like that, like the assets and everything, I think it's more easy to do kind of sequels per se if you're doing kind of the same game or a sequel to a game that it's going to be very similar. I think it's easier to make sequels of games that you already have from IPs. I don't know how they're going to handle like transitioning assets, because I think Cyberpunk is a big game in terms of map. I don't know in terms of assets, because I don't know if it's going to be in the same city, but I suppose you have to recycle a lot of assets. You're not going to redo all the assets. I don't know how the time is going to take. Then of course story-wise, and then the multi-story stuff, and the AI of the NPCs and all that stuff. I don't know. I expect at least 4 years, at least when they start doing pre-production. We will see how it goes. But yeah, basically this is it. I'm going to wrap up with some reminders on gaming deals. So ravenswatch did early access game, like 6 April? That long? Almost a month ago, yeah. Supposedly they added an update, if you are interested, 10% off. I think the game it's very good, even as early access. If not mistaken, they are going to stick with early access for a year, if not mistaken. I think this is the game that I covered. Yeah, 10% off is going to end like in 2 hours after I publish the video, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, they have a new update. And of course Red Dead Redemption 2, it's still on promotion, 67% off the base game and 70% off on the Ultimate Edition, so around 28 bucks for the Ultimate Edition. You know, it's Rockstar. Red Dead Redemption 2, from what I've seen, it's very good, even in story-wise, not only in graphics and open world stuff there. It's pretty excellent. But yeah, this is what I got for today. I'm going to wrap up with my GoGetFundMe then. for me to upgrade my PC, to get better, more content for my private clients, and of course start doing some video stuff for them also. And in my free spare time, doing the daily stuff with better quality. Again, doing some scripted content on some stuff that and subjects that I like to get in more in depth on, and resume my gameplay series, and possibly doing some live streams in the near future after the PC is set up. And yeah, basically it's all I got for today, and I will see you in the next one. So till then, Kunamy Master out.